This was a really strong look back in the day. What do you know? It still fits. Will you marry me? Yes. They kind of looked a bit like Lady of the Night. Oh, this is why. So, I had quite a lot of you at the end of last year saying to me, are you going to be doing a video about the best and worst things you bought in 2019? And I was thinking, this is quite a good idea actually. But when I really sat down and thought about it, I thought what's going to be even more fun is the best and worst things I bought in the whole of the last decade. Because some of the fashion from 2010 is hilarious now. Like I've got ghastly things I'm going to show you that I've spent my money on. In 2010, I lived in Juicy Couture and Christian Louis Vuitton. Now back then, that was hot. Now, it's trash. So I'm going to show you everything, including my wedding dress as well. And I'm not going to give it away yet, whether that falls in the good or the bad category. Okay, so the first thing to say, I'm doing a competition in this video and one of you can win this Chanel card holder, which I bought last week, and when I saw it, I wanted it for myself, but I wanted to do a giveaway in this. So if you want to find out how you can win this, watch until the end. I'm actually going to start from 2019-ish and work my way back. There are bags that I was going to include in this that are quite predictable, like Lady Dior's or my Chanel Classic Flap. But I've deliberately not put them in because I've tried to be really critical with this. The first bag, and the bags I'm going to show you are all bags that are in here not only because I use them a lot, but also because I got them for such amazing discounts. This is the first. This is a small Valentino bag that I bought at the beginning of 2019. It's in this colour, which I absolutely love. I really do like buying coloured bags actually. So there's something in here. There's a lipstick in here. I always do this. I like lost that. So this I bought for, I think it was 30 or maybe 40% off. I feel like it was, I feel like it was 30. Valentino Bags. I have got a problem with Valentino leather on their shoes because it's not really hard wearing enough, but on their bags it seems to actually be quite good. This, can I just say, is the perfect bag for any of you who don't carry too much stuff around. Well, actually, even if you do, you might be like laughing, going, yeah, what could you fit in there? But actually, you'd be surprised. I'm going to demonstrate with the biggest phone in the world. It is the Samsung Note 9, and it fits in there quite perfectly. And I also use an iPhone 10, and I've got my wallet, and I've done a video on this bag before, and you would be amazed at how much fits into it. But the way that I got that bag for a discount is the same way that I got this one and this one. And these are another two bags that are in my best purchases. So the pink bag I got in 2019. This I got in 2018. This I also got in 2018. All of them are from Louise v Aroma. And the way I did that was through this Shop Tagger app. And for any of you watching, you're gonna hate me for talking about this. This is the ad, by the way, but before you're like, I'm out, can I just tell you this? So Shop Tagger is how I bought those items, and Shop Tagger is a free online thing that you put on your computer. And the way it works, you download it, and the main thing is you add a button to your browser window, and whenever you're shopping around the internet, you click, if you see something you like, you click it, the blue button. You can then save that item to a list within your Shop Tagger account. So you can create a list, you can be like, bags, you can call the list whatever you want. And only you can see them, it's like private. And then you save it down, and if ever that item goes on sale, or if ever they release a coupon code, they alert you real time. The other benefit to it is when you're shopping around the internet, if you have this app installed, when you get to the checkout at a website, Shop Tagger will automatically pop up and it will scan like everywhere to see if there's a coupon code. So you don't have to go around the internet and be like, oh, like copy and paste, and it doesn't work. It does it for you, and it's really good and it's really quick and efficient. And there's also like a coupon code section on there. So that's what I've been using since 2018 when I buy stuff, and that's how I bought these 3 things. And to be fair, I couldn't not include these because in terms of usage, but also in terms of the discount I got on them, I find them like really, really amazing. This is probably my favourite, a bag that I use so much. This is the YSL Louie bag. This I got for 30% off. If you want to find out more about Shop Tagger, I've put a direct link below. It's not an affiliate link, I don't earn anything out of anyone clicking on it. And Shop Tagger is a free tool, just to say again, so it's worth checking out if you're interested. The next 2 best things I bought in the last decade are both related to my wedding. The first are these shoes. These are from Dior, and I bought these in a Dior sale back in 2011. So we're going right back here to like the beginning. Now, I bought these in the sale, and then, did I buy them in 2011? It might even have been 2010 that I bought them. I think it probably was 2010. Yes, because the following year, in February 2011, my now husband and I, we decided we were going to get married, and we started putting plans in action for it. And I really wanted to wear these shoes to the wedding. But my mum at the time said, don't wear them because you'll ruin them. And I ended up buying a really cheap pair of shoes on eBay, and they were like, I remember they were like £11, and I hated them. But my mum was like, trust me on this, like you can't see them anyway because your wedding dress is huge, so it doesn't even matter. Now at the end of the day, so in the wedding photos, those shoes are in the wedding photos, the Dior ones, but I didn't wear them. So in the photos, you know how like they take the picture in the morning of like the dress close-ups and the shoes, they're the ones that you see, but they're not the ones that I wore. The ones that I wore, thank you to my mum, at the end of the day, they went in the bin because our wedding was like partially outside, and because they were white material, like satin, they absorbed all of this dirt, the dirt that was never going to come out. Yeah, I do want to say this is my best purchase. This is my wedding dress. It still fits. I got this out of the attic actually a couple of weeks ago. And David was like, try it on and see if it still fits, and it fits perfect. I'm still the same size that I was back then. But here we go, I'm gonna try and show you some of it because it's like massive. And I'm also gonna put up a picture of me in it so that you can see. So the bottom bit, I wanted this kind of like lacy thing going on down here. And I also knew, before I went to look at the dress, I knew I wanted to have like quite a lot of embellishment and embroidery over the top of the lace. And this is the first dress I saw. My final best purchase, which I bought in 2010, is this. Be kind, please. I know it's not in style now, but in 2010 this was HOT, let me tell you. This is from Gucci, it's the Boston bag, and it's the 2010 Valentine's limited edition. They made a very small run of these, and normally you've got to go into the shop to get them. Now at the time I wasn't confident going into any of those sorts of shops because half the time I was just looking and I was like, oh, I don't want you to think I'm wasting your time. Anyway, I preferred shopping online because I felt that that was more relaxed, and if I wanted to buy something I could do it in my own time. Anyway, I saw this bag on there. I saw it in the November and it wasn't going to be available until the February. So what you had to do, you had to pay a deposit and then pay the balance in the February. This was exactly £400, and at the time, that for me was a lot to spend on a bag. I was still clearing off quite a lot of debt back then, and it was just, I felt, in a way, it's one of those purchases where it was so weird. I vividly remember it. I felt really, really excited, but at the same time, I kind of felt quite stressed about it. The only benefit with the delay was that I didn't have to kind of find £400 in one go, which I couldn't have done. The benefit to it was because I had to pay a deposit in the November and then I didn't have to pay the balance until February. It meant that I had December, January and February to save like a further £300. It was still tight, but I did it, and I loved it, and I used this bag for many years. Okay, so they are the best things that I feel that I bought in the last decade. I want to talk more about worse things though, because I've got some really funny things here actually. I feel bad saying this. I do not know what's happened to this brand. I mean, for any of you who still like it, this isn't, I'm not trying to be offensive by the way, but I really feel with his brand. In the early 2010s, it kind of like, if you imagine a graph, it got really high in terms of people wanting to buy it. And then slowly, I feel as the decade went on, the red sole, I feel it gives off the wrong connotation. And do you know what I mean? I don't have to say it, but you don't know what I mean. But in the early 2010s, this was what all of my friends, like whenever we used to go to like bars and clubs, there was a few girls in the group that could afford them. And I remember one girl in particular, when she got her first pair, I was like, let me look at them now so I can see them close up. And they were just the thing to wear. Anyone who had these, you were killing it. I bought my first pair and I got them on eBay. And I was lucky because they weren't fake. I bought them in, probably was 2010 actually, and they were black patent. They had like a 120 heel with a huge platform on them. And wow, they kind of looked a bit like Lady of the Night, like just a tiny bit. And then I feel that as the decade went on, that connotation got worse, and I ended up buying more of them in different styles. And then by about 2015, I was like, oh God, like I feel like I'm never gonna wear these. So I sold loads of pairs off. I think I've got 4 pairs now. This is embarrassing, what I'm about to show you. What was I thinking? The next worst purchase. I used to buy a lot of costume jewellery in 2010. And this is one such item. Don't judge, this was the height of fashion back then, trust me. I used to wear this with like a suit jacket that was open, like in the evenings. So I'd like wear a suit jacket with like extended shoulders and then this over the top. Please, if anyone remembers this, does anyone remember from 2010 the extra large, cheap looking costume jewellery? Well, this was one such item. I can't bring myself to get rid of it because it's so ghastly. The other 2 things that I had to include, you know how I said I really liked Juicy Couture? Well, I started buying their jewellery, don't ask. Right, so this is the first thing. This is a bracelet and it's like 2 zebra heads. And then that wasn't enough, so I went and got the leopard as well. And it came, the nicest thing about this is the packaging that it comes in. And I don't know why I did this. See, everyone, this was a thing. This was a real thing back then. To wear all of it. Can you imagine if this comes back in? I'm gonna be like, everyone, I don't even need to go and buy it because I've already got it. And I think, oh yes. The other things that I used to buy as well is the oversized Swarovski crystallized ring. And this was one of my personal favorites. This was a really strong look back in the day with my Christian Louis Vuitton. This was very, I'm doing very well for myself. Where's my next worst thing? I've got so many worst purchases down here. Oh yes. This has got to be up there as one of my worst purchases. This is from 2011. This is the Louis Vuitton Krisi bag, which is that a hobo? It's in the white monogram, which you can't get anymore. This bag at the time was, right, well I've got to say the good things going for it are that the quality is exceptional. I really think Louis Vuitton quality prior to 2014 was really, really good. The stitching on this is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The hardware, I have got a bit of scratching on the hardware that I'm going to show you in a second, but none of the gold has rubbed off. I mean, that's happened to everything that I've bought from them in recent years. And in addition, just like the attention to detail, the inside of this is, if I can even open it. Can you see in there? This is all lined with the softest, loveliest quality deep red suede. Now, downsides to it are, when I wanted to close the bag, can you see here? That scratch is from this clasp, so if you try and close it, you've really got to... Ooh. Yay! That is why I never used it. Now I'm going to talk about how you can win this. So because this video is sponsored by Shohet, I wanted to add something of value to you beyond just sharing them with you. So that's what this is about. So in order to enter, look for this picture on my Instagram. Make sure you are registered with Shohet. Leave a comment under that image to say you want to enter, and then on the day that I draw the winner, I will contact you. I will say, hello, congratulations, you've won. Please let me have the email address you've used to register an account with Shohet. Shohet will then confirm with me whether you are indeed a client, and then if you are, I will send you your prize. So I'm going to put all of the details below. I know quite a few of you are already using Shohet and have found it quite helpful. I hope all of you are having a really good start to 2020. It was really weird doing this video because in some ways 2010 seems like not long ago, but in other ways it really does feel like ages ago. It's so weird the way time is. Does anyone else feel like time goes quicker the older you get? I really feel like time speeds up in a scary way, in a way I don't really like. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.